Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Christo Chat, and today I'm doing a little bit of a different video because I have recently completed this Gunpla. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Gunpla is, it's basically like model planes but like replace the whole plane part with Gundam, from the anime slash just being made by Bandai. So the one I got, sorry, the box is all chewed up because my cat is a jerk. Was, if you couldn't tell from looking at it, I bought Gundam Exia, Master Grade, from Gundam 00. I recently finished the series. Well, not recently. I finished the series a while ago and started Iron Blooded Orphans and thought, hey, I'm gonna buy, I would love to buy a Gunpla, but I haven't quite finished Iron Blooded Orphans, so I'm just gonna do Exia. Now, if you didn't notice by the little scratch marks I've done all over him, and then like the soiling on the, here, I'll turn on the light so you guys can see, the soiling on the, chest plate and whatnot, and I've also done some panel lining. I have done some detailing on Exia, and added a bit of my own twist on him that makes him a lot more of a solid model than most people know him for. So, where is it? Shucks. Shoot. Here we go. So, here is just the Setsuna model that he came with for comparison of size. I'm also going to turn my light off because it's really throwing off the lighting. There we go. There we go. So there's the Setsuna model for size comparison. I also have this light up here that's going to give it a bit more of a dynamic lighting. There was a couple things that I changed whilst building this Gunpla. There were these clear circular panels that you're supposed to put behind the green ones on the model. But when I put them in, I don't know, maybe you're supposed to put these in front of the green stickers. So I just put the green stickers on and put the green ones on. Because when I put these in, they actually blocked the green ones from going in all the way. So I didn't put in the clear lenses. That's what they're supposed to be. That one still has its runner attached to it. Anyway, I didn't put these in. I also glued this piece on. This piece on. Whoa. Stay balanced, Exia. This piece. Well, so the two front panels for his leg armor, because they were just loosely pressure held on. The side arm panels for his arms. And the GN reactor, wow, I'm an idiot. The solar reactor. I'll remove that so y'all can see it. Usually they did not really build this well. They could have put like a brace or something behind the reactor itself, because usually if you pull or push on it, I glued it so it's not going to do it, this cone would collapse inside or detach from the inside. So I just glued it to the piece that attaches it to the inside, and then glued the piece that attaches it to the inside of the reactor. So I can still open it up from multiple sides and access the glued part. See, pretty well done, like pretty stealthily. You can't really tell there's glue there. Although, just a little bit. Anyway, I glued that together because it kept falling apart and it was really annoying. Which this model is infamous for falling apart. So I think I hit all the parts that are most liable. No, just go back together. I glued all the parts that I saw. Oh, I also glued this bulb back on because that was also coming off frequently. So, I glued all the parts that are most liable to come off, and then tightened up some of the joints, like the ankle, because there was a lot of complaints on this model about the ankle joints being really weak, so I tightened those. So now it's a pretty solid model in my opinion. Now, I don't really have any other gunplay experience, so I don't really know if it's actually solid after I did all those modifications. But I have had no issues with it. Even before I glued it, I didn't really have many issues except for the solar reactor constantly popping out. As for articulation, I don't have anyone to hold the camera, so this is going to be difficult. His arms can rotate all the way around. They kind of have pretty loose joints. I don't know if I actually did it wrong in the instructions, but I noticed that the shoulder joints are really loose. Like, there's a good amount of space between that and the body. Like, Setsuna can fit between the body and the arm. I don't know if I did that wrong. I'll look over the instructions. Let me know if you think I did. But it doesn't really, they don't come off easy. Okay, there's some complex articulation involving this. These pieces can actually come out. I saw no one bring that up in their reviews. They just said that these were pretty stiff. The only one who really noted on his ability, articulation ability pretty in depth was Mechaguy Goats 2. I probably horribly mispronunciated that. Coats 2? I don't know. A couple of nice little notes. If I turn on the flashlight, you can see there's another little miniature model of Setsuna sitting in the cockpit, which opens and shuts. Another note about that, people complained that this blue piece had trouble actually staying against the chest. I found if you close the gray piece first, and then close the blue piece on top of it, and then like attach it while the gray piece is closed, it attaches firmly and it closes all the way. Same concept for the bottom holder for the solar reactor. Many people noted that that tends to fall off the reactor, but if you kind of finagle it a bit, then you can actually get it to stay. Okay, let's look at what the kit comes with other than Exia itself. We have, well, I already showed you the little miniature model of Setsuna, which is got a surprisingly high amount of detail for being so small. Like, I did not expect the amount of detail when I actually didn't expect there to be a miniature model of Setsuna when I opened the kit. Then we have the solar reactor cap. Go on, get in focus. There we go. This cap goes over the solar reactor. When you take out the solar reactor, you can put it in this display case, the display stand, and then put this in its place. I don't like doing that. It doesn't look good, in my opinion, because the holders kind of stick out from it. It comes with 4 beam sabers. The handles are attached to Exia on its back. There are 2 little butt sabers, and then 2 on the shoulder. I actually don't know how he reaches those, but maybe he just picks up his arm and grabs it from the other side. Who knows? I also did panel learning, but yeah. And then it comes with 2 GN sabers. These are just basically normal swords that are made to counter what is it? Shields, energy shields. As don't say I'm wrong, because Lock-On actually says that in the show that the physical swords are made to counteract those. So blame him, Stratus, and blame Stratus if I'm wrong. Then we have the pistol sword. It is both a pistol and a sword. It's not really much. A quick note about the hands. So Exia, this model of Exia does not actually have normal gunpla hands. See, normally you'd be able to swap out the top fingers for specific hand setups, but this one actually has movable ones, which I think is fraggles. Why did I do it on the right hand? I don't know why. I think it was just an error in the molding, but the right hand doesn't like to stay on for me. I'm going to pause the video and put it back on real quick because I don't have two hands. Okay, so we're going to just exemplify all the complex hand movement with the left hand because mine's right hand doesn't really like to stay on, and I don't want to glue it, otherwise I won't be able to move. So the three fingers right here are all attached to each other. They all have their own ball, but they're all like put together so they really can't move on their own. They close, trigger finger can close and open, and kind of move a bit to the side, and the thumb basically moves in 360 degrees. You can put it in basically any position you want. So, like, you can put it like that, you can put it like that, you could even turn it around, I don't know. You can basically do whatever you want with the thumb. I'm gonna put his arm back down and continue looking about his body. Okay, let's focus on the next few pieces. And so each of the blades and whatnot has a little rectangle on it, because on the hands there are those rectangles that you can actually slot these into, so you don't have to just rely on the fingers holding the weapons, which I thought was a nice touch because the fingers are pretty small ball sockets and slip a lot. Then the GN shield, which I gave some battle damage. I really like what I did with this. I kind of want to spread it across the rest of Exia, but it took me a really long time to get this to look like this. I don't know why, but the graphite comes off. Yeah, I used a pencil because they don't have panel liners. I forgot to buy them. But I used a pencil for this to just spread the graphite around to look like smoke, and then I did little gashes for where like he got hit by a beam saber or something on the shield. I don't know. And then that hooks into directly to his arm. There's a rectangle out here on his arm. I'm going to pause the video real quick. Sorry guys, there was some audible discussion going on downstairs. They were making some jokes, and I didn't want y'all to hear that. Anyway, the GN shield, and then, yeah, the 4 beam sabers hook into the handles right there, and then each of those handles also has a rectangle. I assure you, I swear, it's on there. Yeah, there you go. Right there. So each of the saber handles also has those rectangles. Those are purely made to hook into Exia's hands, not for show. They just jab into Exia's hands and you can actually use them. It also came with some decals. I did not do the one on the chest, because I do plan on getting the lighting kit for Exia's chest, so I spared the one on the chest, but I did everyone else. So behind the arm, behind the leg, behind the side of the head, and on the other side, I know there's a lighting kit for his head, but I'm not really planning on getting that one, just one for his chest. And then they came with a bunch of dry transfer decals. One second. Sorry about that, more discussion. Anyway, it came with a bunch of dry transfer decals. I'm gonna probably put those on in the future, if after I'm done the wearing, but I'll have to get a guide onto where to put those. Other than that, yeah, that's basically all. Thank you for watching. I do recommend buying this kit if you're experienced at Gunpla. I was a foolish man and bought it right out the bat. That gave me some trouble. But if you're experienced at doing Gunpla and you know where to put glue, then I do recommend buying this kit. It's a very good kit. I will see you guys later. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you later.